Hello and welcome back to Northernmost Mustard, and today you join me with my Chrysler Crossfire that I've recently bought. I have now had this car for 2 weeks and I've had some really good feedback, surprisingly. It's probably the third cheapest car I've ever bought at £3,500. Some of my previous cars that were cheaper were the Clio 172 Sport, and I had my first ever car, which was a Corsa 16 valve 1.2 burgundy with a flower motif on. So, you know, there's some really nice cars amongst that lot, but this is my third cheapest car I've ever bought. Obviously I've had the Bath, the M3, I've also had an Audi A5 as well, but this has been by far the cheapest car, as it is actually the cost of the deposit on some of the other cars. So really cheap car. So what is wrong with this car? Since buying this car in the last 2 weeks, has there been anything go wrong with this car? Well, I can answer that now, and there has been quite a few things that have gone wrong with this car. Firstly, let's go around the front. So, as you can see by the front of the car, it is, I don't know, what do you think of the front of the car? I don't know if I like the bonnet, the louvered bonnet, the little bits, but I don't know, it still looks quite smart from the front. Anyway, so, first issue with this car. After driving it back from Peterborough, obviously I live in Blackpool, as you can see, Blackpool Tower in the distance. I don't know if you can see that. It's the slowest zoom in the world. Blackpool Tower there. When I was driving this back from Peterborough, where I bought it from, obviously it's a huge drive, 3-hour drive, absolutely no issues with this car whatsoever. Indicators and electrics are working fine, something that a lot of forums say that goes wrong with this car, so I was checking for that. So this indicator, about a day after buying it, started flashing loads. So in the cockpit, the indicator light was flashing loads and this actual indicator wasn't working. So I did the usual thing, cracked open the bonnet, took out the bulb, put a new one in, and it started working. I thought, great, only a cheap bulb, fine. 2 hours later, I come out to the car again and it's not working. So I had to take it into a garage because that is the extent of my car knowledge. So that was really annoying. I thought, oh, I've bought a lemon here, the electrics have gone. But actually, it was this little thing. So this little thing just goes in the back and the bulb goes in there. Now, unfortunately, it actually looks fine, the seals look fine, everything looks okay on it, but apparently it had gone, it was corroded inside, although I can't see it's corroded. A new one's gone in and now it works. I had to get it from a scrap dealer, this part, because I don't think they seem to make them anymore. I know this shares a lot of its parts with the SLK, but I don't think the lights are obviously the same, so that was something I had to change on it straight away, which is annoying but quite cheap, but just a bit of a pig to fit. But I've actually found the culprit as to why that this light wasn't working. And if you have a quick look in there, I don't know if you can see, there is actually, I don't know if you can see that, there's an actual flap missing here, so you can see it goes right into the front of the car, which is called a fog light access panel, which means that all the water, when it's spinning around the wheel, goes straight into there and gets everything wet and corrodes. And that is why I had to spend a bit of money getting this replaced and getting it done at a garage, because I couldn't do it. I didn't actually know what was wrong, so that's how I knew what was wrong with it, because they diagnosed it as that. The seal oil looks all right on it and stuff, but another thing was when, I'll just go around back to the back of the car. So when I was driving over some bumps, I started hearing a rattling from the back. I'm thinking, oh no, you're joking. A bit of a knocking. I thought, oh, the suspension's gone, or something quite severe has happened to it. But actually, when I looked closer at this back right, I saw in this light here that there was actually a bulb resting just on the outside light. So there was a bulb actually there. Actually, brake light was working, but a bulb just resting at the front. So, oh, we've got a learner, nice one. So it was just resting there, so the light came out, I took it out, the bulb dropped out, fine. So there's just a loose bulb in there. Don't know how, I don't know why, but there was. All right, mate. So yeah, so the bulb came out and I put it back in and that was it. But then there was actually another bulb in there. So when it went back in, there was actually 2 loose bulbs in this light, as well as the actual bulb itself that was working. So I don't know how that's managed to happen, but apparently whoever put the last bulb in obviously dropped one in, had to put another one in and drop that one in as well. Didn't bother to get them out, which is stupid. I don't know why you wouldn't do that, but anyway. So that's another thing that was wrong with it. But again, I know it's not really wrong with it as such, but it's just annoying because someone's left it like that. It's just a bodge job. Like, why would you do that? What else have I done to the car since owning it? I've managed to clean up the exhaust pipes a little bit. I don't know if you can see that. A bit of elbow grease, a bit of wire wool brush, steel wool brush, sorry, and some soapy water and just a bit of bicep work in there. Got it working. The final thing that I want to discuss about, actually there's two more things. I'd probably say this is the worst thing about this car actually that I bought. Obviously when you're buying a car you check the tyre treads, but I didn't check the actual tyres. So the tyres at the front are actually Avon ZS7s, they're okay, sort of a mid-range tyre really. But the ones on the back are absolutely shocking. They're just your standard basic ones, just go to the shop. I think they're called like a GT something. They've got no make on them, like Sport Active or something, which is really annoying because ultimately these are the things that are putting the power down. That's where all the power goes through. I know they're going to be expensive because they're 19-inch, but it really, really is annoying because they're the difference between stopping and accelerating, etc. So it's really, really annoying. And the only place these are going to do is put you in a ditch. That's why they should be called ditch finders. That's it, that's the name of him. Ditch finders GTs. There you go. Ditch finders. That's all they're going to do is put you in a ditch. So I'm gonna wear them out and get something nice on them, some Contact Sports or some Pirellis or Contis, I don't know. But I think you should always spend the money on the treads on the back because they're the difference between keeping you on the road and not. So I will be doing that. So the only other issue with this car that I've actually had to fix really, or can fix quite easily, because my extent of knowledge of cars is absolutely poo, is the inside of these handrails. So I don't know if you can see behind there's actually red tape, just red electrical tape I put along there, because every time I was putting, this is the passenger side but the same for the driver's side, when you put your hand in behind there, sort of where the aluminium's crinked together, it sort of just cut your hands open. So I've had to put tape along there, which is a bit of a bush fix, but I mean it's fine, you can't see it unless you're looking, so that's annoying. This little cup holder obviously doesn't stay up properly, it just falls back down, but that's just character, you know, that's something you don't need to worry about. And obviously I've got my little FM radio things, because FM radio's coming back. No one cares about DAB no more. Everyone wants FM, everyone's, you know, vinyls are coming back, so's FM radio. Well, that's my excuse anyway. That's it for today. That's just some of the things that I found wrong with this car. I'm sure in the next couple of weeks some more will come to light, hopefully nothing majorly mechanical. Like I said, these are only little things that have gone wrong with the car, or I think are wrong with the car, but ultimately, for a car for $3.5 grand, it's not too bad. And I've had so many nice comments when I've been parking it up places, people are saying it's a really nice car, something I never had with the Abarth. No one ever came up to me when I had my Abarth and said, that's a real nice car. So I'm pretty chuffed, to be honest. And I think it's in quite good nick. I've polished it up, got rid of all the tar, sorted out the glass, I've just put a bit of time into it. I'm really chuffed out with how it's come out, to be honest. And you just can't get tired of putting that wing up and down. I don't know what it is, it's a bit childish, a bit gimmicky, but hey ho. So I've got a couple of videos coming up about this car soon. The next one is things to look out for when buying one of these cars. So there are a few things coming. There are a few things when buying this car. Someone's beeping. They love Northernmost mustard. There are a few things when you're buying this car that you need to look out for, because there's some things that will cost you money. But I will talk about them in the next video on what to look out for. Not like you will be buying one of these, I'm sure. So other than that, I do have a challenge coming up as well, and it's going to be a real good video, so that'll hopefully be happening over the bank holiday, funding permitted, because it is potential to be quite an expensive video. That's everything. Please like, comment, subscribe, or hit the notification button. You know, I do this just because I enjoy it, so if you do like it, if you don't like it, don't like it. So yeah, that's everything for today. Please add me on Instagram, follow me at jwith23. And that's it, so I'll see you next time for the next video. Goodbye.